Hello, 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 everybody. We're ready for the panel to start. Ready for Goonies? Let's go bring up Miss Kerri and Joe Pantoliano. Woo! Come on up.
Hi.
How you doing? Are you sitting right here? Sit right here.
You're going to get more questions than I.
How y'all doing?
Great.
Great. Yeah, welcome to San Antonio. By the way, you all know the animals here, right? Oh, speak Spanish? No, okay. Well, you want me to do a little trick?
Yeah.
All right, spell the word socks.
Socks?
Yeah, socks. Spell the...
S-O-X.
No, not that one. Not the Chicago sock. Like socks, like this.
S-O-C-K.
Oh,
You just spoke Spanish right now. Keep on saying spelling it.
S-O-C-K.
S.
S.
Yeah, S-O-C-K-S.
S-O-C-K.
That's the
Oh,
way it is.
socks.
See? Socks.
S-O-C-K.
You spoke
What does it
Spanish
mean?
right now. It means that's the way it is.
That's what it is.
that's great. It's a
S-O-C-K-S.
very short word for
Very
so much to say.
Exactly.
That's
But again, welcome to San Antonio. Thank you for coming to Big Texas Comicon. We appreciate it. The fans are really excited for your arrival. We got fans wearing your t-shirt. One fan actually put a bunch of quotes from the movie on their t-shirt. Where are you? I think here she is. Right there. Every single quote from the movie is on her t-shirt right now. Which begs the first question then. Are you shocked that it's still so popular after what, close to 40 years?
You know, it's newly popular, and
Yeah.
every time there's a new generation, there's like a wave of
Right.
love. So it is so exciting, and would you say you're shocked?
I would say I'm grateful.
Grateful, yes.
You know, it's nice. These conventions, it gives you an opportunity to meet your fans.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are, you know, like in their 40s. Dude. Like a lot of people, this trip said, "This is the first movie I saw. I was 4 years old when I saw it," and that's such an indelible impression on them. And then they bring their kids, and then you know, it's like 3 or 4 generations. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's generational, like you said, it's generational from one to another. Even my nephew, he was like, "Oh, you speak to the Goonies guys?" Like, yeah. Oh my God, wow, that is so awesome. He's all but 12, 13 years old. So he said, "I saw it already twice already." So it hits every generation. You know, Kerri, you know, the character of Angie, you know, when you look back on that character, what do you miss most about playing her?
I loved how completely in love she was with everybody. I think that it was just very kind of pure character, but I don't necessarily miss the you know, tennis skirt at this age.
I have a question for you, Kerri.
You have a question for me?
Yeah, last night we were talking about the experience of making the Goonies, and you, as a kid, you started, as I recall, you started working on that movie at 17 and turned 18 while we were making it. So in show business, when you're under 18, you have to go to school every day, yeah? Right? And so it's not just acting, you can only work 7 hours a day. But you were talking about how you had no idea, because it was your first movie, right?
Right.
So you
I didn't understand the monumental nature of the film and the experience. I didn't grow up in a acting family. I didn't grow up in Hollywood. And so people like Steven Spielberg I had heard of because I just thought that's who makes the movies. Like,
Sure.
I didn't understand just how important and how special that he was. And so I just was like, okay, just met Steven, just met Dick. And then it wasn't until, you know, the next job I had, you go, oh my gosh, what did I just experience?
Sure.
You know, like a once in a lifetime thing.
said
And
last night
those
you thought
sets
they
and
were all
stuff.
gonna be like that.
I thought every movie would be a $20 million movie when you get to go down water slides and
Have fun,
things like that.
everything,
Yeah, no, it was something I think as I've gotten older, I appreciate it more and more as I get older, which I think happens with a lot of things.
Right.
You know, when you're young, you're just like, this is just my life right now, you know?
Yeah.
And then you look back and you go, what the heck did I just do, you know? So yeah, we were talking about that Last night, because Johnny, sorry, that's my son's name.
Sure.
Well, you were saying that you had some reshoots that you had to do, that Stephen had an idea for when you guys were coming down.
Because we were working on a movie that was, the original idea was Steven Spielberg, and he was the producer, and I'll assume that you guys know the difference between producer and a director. But also, Dick Donner, who was at the height of his career as well, and in the course of making this movie, I was only doing 7 or 8 years, and the idea that the producer would tell the director, that scene you shot, I want to reshoot it. I have an idea, and it was, that Steven Spielberg was the second unit director, and so Donner wrapped out the first unit before Steven was done, right? And so to see the collaboration of, because there was a date certain, they had a release date, so they had to get this movie done. At some time, we'd have 4 units of filmmakers on the Warner Brothers lot. You'd have the ILM, which was just starting. We didn't know what the hell that was. They called it ILM, Blue Screen, which is very popular. The Goonies, they don't make movies like this anymore. Everything was real, it was practical. The pirate ship was real. It was a 133-foot real pirate ship built on stage in water. It was like living. It was like Disneyland. The kids are going down slides. It was extraordinary, and we have to go on 5 or 6 different stages, and they'd say, okay, Spielberg needs the Fratellis, and Donner needs the kids, or 3 of the kids. And it was like a factory of creativity.
Wow, that's great behind the scenes. Miss Blaine Francis?
It's such a blur.
Yeah.
My memories are how much fun I had. I mean, on all of the jobs I do, when people say, what's your favorite job? It's the experiences I recall and the fun that I had. Also, it's an instantaneous family. You make a family. It's almost like being a hostage. You wind up with a bunch of strangers, and you all become incredibly close, and then the movie's over, and you never see them again. But if you see them 20 years from now, it's like there was no time in between. I made some lifelong friends with Kerri and Sean, Josh, both Joshes, Dobby, I can't get rid of. But then, it was, and also Ann Ramsey and Logan, her husband, she would have Sunday barbecues. Everybody would go there. It was really cool.
Wow, that's awesome. Any other behind the scenes secrets or anything you to reveal about making the Goonies? Because these fans are thirsty for that. Good secrets.
There were some secrets that happened inside our little classroom, because there was 7 of us, and it was a small space.
Sure.
There was some violence.
What was the other two?
Rhoda and Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
And who was the violent?
There was some Martha and Corey almost killed each other.
But the thing is, it winds up going in the movie. That was the other thing. Is just, Robert and I hated Robert. And I literally chased him with a 2x4. I was trying to bash his brains out. And
I told you there was violence.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, she wasn't kidding.
So, but then they put those relationships in the movie.
Awesome. That's awesome. Hey, everybody, it's your time. I'll give you a little quick warning, so you want to go to
Just so for the record, I don't hate Robert Dobby.
Yeah.
we had a very competitive relationship on that job that they utilized and made it part of the characters.
Awesome, awesome. So in the audience right now, we have somebody who actually bought the original home from the Goonies. Is Bayman Zachary here? Is the Bayman Zachary here? Where is he? Oh, there he is up front, yeah. Front row. He bought the original house. Original house. And I think you're going to have a reunion soon, right?
The city's having a reunion.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get them back.
It's gonna cost you a fucking fortune.
And I believe it will be open to the public, right, once everything's all squared away?
Completely open to the public, but you go ahead and start booking your hotel rooms now.
Wow. All right. Wow. And also known as Mr. and Mrs. Walsh, right? Yeah.
That's what the fans of the because we have the Walsh House. They can tell you about that.
All right. Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that. I'm assuming we'll be able to see this online, right? Like all the final
This will
details.
be online, and we're just helping with, trying to help put it together, but the city and the whole organization, the Goonies, they're going to do that.
Cool shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
In honor of Jeff.
Yeah. All right, let's go and get the Q&A started. Yes, sir.
All right, question is for Joe. The Fratellis are one of the most iconic villains from the 80s. So what is your most memorable scene about bringing the Fratellis to life with Davi?
What I remember has nothing to do with the movie. We were shooting, and it was 2 units, and I think that was the first time I ever worked where 2 creative units. It was like usually a second unit you're doing with stunt doubles or that kind of stuff. But they were doing 2 units of acting. You had the Steven Spielberg unit, and a lot of times that was with the Fratellis. He did a lot of the Fratelli stuff, and Donna was doing all the kid stuff. So they have a call sheet. You familiar with what a call sheet looks like? So the call sheet comes out, I think it was day 2, and we were on a will notify, but the count was like 4 pages, and I was thinking like, there's no way they're gonna get to us because they got 4 pages to shoot. And so, I talked to a UPM and I said, what's up? He goes, no, we'll never get to you. So we went on an exploration, Ann Ramsey, Robert Davi, and I, an hour and a half away. And I didn't know that there was a second unit call sheet. And 3 hours into our exploration, and we're taking photographs in front of ships that had sunken ships, and we're having lunch, and Davi said, I'm going to call the production office to make sure they're not going to get to us. And he starts freaking out on the phone, and I think he's acting. I think he's trying to wind up, but I'm going, you're full of shit. You're not talking to anybody. And I get on the phone, and it's Harvey Bernhardt, the producer, and he goes, where the hell are you? We're waiting for you. And I, oh my God. Oh, and we hadn't been established yet. So I'm thinking they could fire us, right? So we get in the car, Davi's driving, Annie's in the back seat. I'm next to him, and he gets pulled over by a cop. I'm saying, you're speeding? And Davi starts throwing Warner Brothers around, and Steven, he says, we're actors, I'm an actor. And I'm saying, listen, officer, he's full of shit, give him the goddamn ticket. And he's screaming at me, if you were in Nam, I would have shot you. In the meantime, Ann Ramsey's in the back is screaming, stop it, I can't take it anymore. And we wound up getting to the set, and they were wheeling the lights away. It was a wrap. And I went up to Harvey, and I said, please don't fire us. If this was all my fault, and fortunately they didn't fire me.
Thank you, Joe.
Now that's a story. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, thank you for coming to San Antonio.
Did you find your kid?
Yes, we found him.
Okay.
He's sitting back there. Sorry, I was just... That's funny. Given that it was all practical back in the day, I remember the octopus scene, and I was just really shocked when I hear people of younger generations that have watched the movie and love it don't remember that unless they have like the DVD with the extended, cuts and stuff. I remember seeing it with the octopus. Maybe that was a Mandela effect, but with it being practical, why would they cut that? Because practical to me costs a lot more, or maybe at the time, than like green screen and stuff now.
It was like a puppet,
Yeah.
and I think if I remember, it was like, here, hold this a second, like the eyes, when it went like, chunk, chunk, like it was so
bad.
not good, yeah. And like, I think Martha had it like wrapped around her, she had to hold it, because it wasn't like,
It didn't.
no, was just like a stuffed animal kind of, and so she was like fighting against it, and the eyes were like, oh, what? And at that point in the movie too, if you watch the extended thing, at that point in the movie you really do want to get to the ship. It's been a long time coming, and so I think as far as pacing goes, more importantly than the effects, I think that's why they did it.
The truth is that the guy that made the octopus also made the shark in Jaws. And that's why you don't see that shark either.
He did make it, folks, huh? It's like, it's so much better. All right, thank you.
All right. Hello, sir.
Hi there. My name, this one's both for Joe and Kerri. It's particularly for Kerri also, but you guys both are kind of prolific with responding to fan mail, and I wanted to know, like, how time intensive is that for you, and like what keeps you going with responding to fans in that way, being so like well connected with the fans still through that medium?
I mean, I'm going to just reiterate what Joey said before, is just incredible gratitude. You know, and like again, I was 17 years old, not in this world, like did not really understand that it was going to make such an impact and that it brings people memories and feelings. And so when somebody comes to one of these or writes me a letter or something, I just feel honored. So it can be very time consuming, and it can take sometimes it takes me a long time to respond, but I definitely try to.
In my case, I only have 3 or 4 fans, so it doesn't take that long.
It takes them 5 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nikki. My question's for Kerri. It's about the music video for the Cyndi Lauper song. Did y'all film that while you were filming the movie, or did y'all do that after?
That was several months after, and I was in St. Petersburg, Florida, shooting Summer Rental, so I didn't get to be in it. If I'm in it, it's from clips from the movie, yeah. So I was actually very, very sad to miss that, but I was working with John Candy.
Probably, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm actually happy that it seems like I'm in it.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Thank you.
Joe, are you in the video?
I don't know.
No? They did the clips?
I
Okay.
wasn't find out today.
Okay.
Hi. What was your favorite scene to film?
You know, it was so much fun. It was always so much fun. And what I learned from it is, you know, between Donner and Spielberg, is their enthusiasm for play and good ideas. Because we improvised a lot, right? Right? You too? Right? And so to be part of that creative mix was educational, because the top guys are doing it this way. They encourage you to come up with better ideas and to be the best you can. And that's what I recall.
I like walking the plank.
Yes.
I was the only one who got to do that. And so I was like, on the set, it was all water, but this one spot, it was about 15 feet. Yeah, 15 feet just where underneath the plank, and I got to do it a couple of
Your
times.
hands tied,
They were pretended to be tied, I think. Here? I can't remember. Yeah.
so when you hit the water.
Yes. Yeah, that was something, I was a little bit of, you know, I love high dives and I love swimming, and so that was just really fun.
You know, it's like, I remember we were on the boat. Yeah, I was drinking water. I forgot. I thought I had it in my hand the whole time. But I remember we were doing, the kids were getting thrown into the water, right, on the plank. And I said to Martha, or to myself, I said, you know, you should do the old again and look at that and then punch her in the mouth. and Donna heard me say it. And he said, yeah, do that.
Kerri, you said you improvised. Well, Joe, you represent the improvisation. What did you improvise?
You know, I think a lot of the scenes with Martha, where we were looking at the jewelry and stuff. Oh, look at that one. I think when we stepped on the rake and it was just like Martha and I cracked each other up a lot. But in general, it was a lot of okay. You're gonna start there and end there and freak out. You know, when there was a part I think where I'm having a kind of a panic attack and things like that. The walk was much longer than what was in the actual script and just keep going and stuff. So it was always improvising. And I think that's why there's so many of the kids cursing, because we were really, kind of reacting. Like the first time that we see the ship, I think a lot of people know this story, that they hid the set from us and they brought us into stage 16 blindfolded and had us, go underneath the water and then come up and see the ship for the very first time. They wanted to get our honest reaction. Well, all the boys were like, holy shit, wow, no, God damn, all this, they couldn't use it. They had to do it again. Be surprised, and so there was, but they didn't, it wasn't, they didn't give us all our lines like that. It was, again, a first job where they trust you to do that is unheard of. Where these guys were pros,
What just came into my mind, what I could never get my mind around, it was always disconcerting, is these kids had a lot of stunt doubles, right? And they were physically like them, and they had the wigs, but a lot of them were in their 50s, They were very short, stunt men and women, and so you think, oh, there's Kerri, hey Kerri, and then it was like being,
that was Sandy.
Yeah, he was like being in a Freddy Krueger movie. It was movie magic, making movies. A lot of times, the kids are going into their 7th hour, so you're doing a scene. This happened to me a lot on Empire of the Sun. I mean, Spielberg had 7 Christian Bales because he was in every frame of the movie. If I had a scene with him, they would do over the shoulder, and so I was actually doing my scenes with a stand-in stunt double saying Christian Bale's lines, and sometimes it was a girl.
Interesting. Good.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Emily.
I have a question for my mom, who's currently in Kansas. It's very bad that I'm seeing you guys and not her. But I have a question from her to Kerri. Your character's name is Andy, correct? Okay. Did Andy learn how to play the piano for the bone piano scene where they need to be flat joke? Or did you already know how to play the piano?
The weird thing is that was an improvised thing. I really did take piano when I was 5. And that's kind of all I did. And I think I said that, I only took piano lessons when I was 5 years old. That was actually true. I was not very good. So I didn't.
I believe you were probably great.
Thank you.
Great question. All right, yes, young man.
Could Sean Austin not get here? Sean Austin.
Sean is with the hobbits.
Good answer. Good answer.
What, am I not supposed to say that?
When he went,
Yeah, he went,
Hi, my name is Brooke. Kerri, you said that you didn't grow up in Hollywood or with an acting family, and Joe, for you also. What got you all into acting?
School. I did plays in middle school. And that also was something that was kind of happenstance. again, my mother was like, you can't do nothing, go try out for something. And I tried out for the basketball team. I was shocked that I did not make it. I'm like 2 feet tall. So I had to do the play where everybody made it, but it was really, really fun. And then somebody, one of the other parents, said to my mom, you know, my kids auditioned for commercials. Would your daughter be interested in that? And then my mother's like, would you be interested? And I was like, sure. I had no idea really what we were getting into. And so another reason why it kind of didn't really dawn on me just how unbelievable it was to be kind of your first job be a Dick Donner Steven Spielberg project. But it was one of those snowball things that, you know, go into kind of eyes wide open, don't know what you're getting into. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
In my case, I remember I was 8 or 9 years old, and I realized that I was going to die, that I was going to cease to exist. And I remember thinking, there'll never be any evidence that I was ever here. And I used to watch the $1 Million Movie, black and white. You know, I was born in 1951. And I would watch these old movies because I guess it was cheap to put them on. And I'd see these actors, black and white, film noir usually, and I would think, well, those people are dead, but they're still here. So if I could get inside my...
Joey, you were thinking this when you were 8?
Yeah, 8 or 9.
Wow.
That I wanted to have evidence, that I wanted to be immortal. You know, 100 years from now, we don't blow ourselves up. There'll still be screens. There'll be, you know, they'll be probably on your pinky, right? You'll be watching the Goonies on your Apple Watch. And I thought, you know, that they might not remember my name, but there I'll be. I'll still be there.
That's forward thinking. That's forward thinking. Thank you for the questions. Kerri, before I let y'all go here, I noticed a common theme here, sports with you, basketball team and everything. I think in I found a note here. In 1986, did an interview with The Record. You said your goal was to play center field for the Mets.
My father was very athletic and obsessed with baseball. So I really was brought up that the kind of baseball was religion. And, you know, I love my dad and I wanted to, you know, love what he loved. But no, I never really even got close
Not
to
close?
that.
No? Walk on? All right. Oh, now, again, before I let you go, any final words you want to give out to the fans here? Joe, you want to start off with this? Thank you.
We can't talk about it a lot, but Sean Astin and Kerri and I, we had a meeting today, and we talked about doing something. So stay in touch, and also follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and talk about how much you want to see us do something. And we can't talk about it yet, podcast, but you know, stay in touch with us and tell your friends.
Joe, what podcast though?
I didn't say podcast.
Okay, sorry. What Instagram page then? What Instagram page?
We can't. Oh, I'm real at Real Joey. That's what's yours.
I am not on social media, but you can
just
Cameo.
Okay, Cameo. All right, Cameo. All right, cool.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming in and welcoming us to San Antonio. It's my first time in Texas. Absolutely loved it.
It's been the cast of Goonies, Kerri